Fan, you won't believe what Derrick Henry just did. The man just achieved feats that no one in NFL history has ever accomplished. We're talking about something so huge that it could completely change how he'll be remembered in the future. Henry didn't just break records. He entered an exclusive club that no other player has ever reached. And more than that, he did it in style, carrying the Ravens on his back. But hold on. The surprises don't stop. There's something about this performance that brings Henry even closer to securing his spot among the greatest legends in the sport. Want to know what it is? Stick with me, because I'm going to show you how each of these achievements makes him a name impossible to ignore in NFL history. Go Ravens! Derrick Henry did something no one in NFL history has ever done. He's the only player to rush for more than 1,900 yards in 2 separate seasons. This isn't just a record. It's proof that he's playing on a completely different level. In 2023, Henry wrapped up the regular season with 1,921 yards and 18 touchdowns. These incredible numbers show that even as time goes on, he remains at the top of his game, unstoppable as ever. He's not just a player. He's a force of nature carrying the Ravens offense. Looking back at 2020, we remember that historic season when he hit the 2,000-yard mark, a feat only 8 running backs in NFL history have ever achieved. That year, Henry entered an elite group, but now, with another season surpassing 1,900 yards, he's created a club entirely. This shows that he doesn't just repeat greatness. He does it in ways no one else ever has. He's always a step ahead of the rest. What makes this even more special is how consistently he dominates the game. Henry isn't just a one-hit wonder. He continues to deliver game-changing performances year after year. His ability to stay at the top, even in one of the most physically demanding positions in the league, is something very few can match. He's not just breaking records. He's redefining what it means to be a dominant running back. And the most impressive part? He did all of this at 30 years old, an age when most running backs are slowing down. Derrick Henry's next accomplishment only reinforces how he keeps defying the physical limits of the NFL. At 30 years old, most running backs start to lose their speed and power. But Derrick Henry isn't most running backs. He just set a historic record, becoming the player with the most rushing yards in a single season at that age. In 2023, his 1,921 yards surpassed Tiki Barber's 1,860-yard record from 2005. This proves that while others slow down, Henry keeps moving forward like a freight train, bulldozing defenses and dominating. It's incredible to think that, in such a physically demanding position like running back, Henry is still outperforming players much younger than him. His ability to remain productive and efficient at 30 years old defies the NFL logic that most running backs decline after 20. But Henry, game after game, proves he's the exception to the rule, a true physical phenomenon. His impact isn't just about the stats. Henry's presence on the field forces opposing defenses to create entire strategies just to try and stop him. And even then, they fail. With the strength to break tackles, the speed to outrun defenders, and the endurance to carry a team through an entire season, he's more than just a player. He's a game changer. What Derrick Henry achieved in 2023 is yet another example of how he's not ready to slow down anytime soon. And it's this same consistency that led him to break another historic record, being the only player in NFL history with 3 incredible seasons of 1,500-plus yards and 15-plus touchdowns. When it comes to Derrick Henry, his unbelievable consistency stands out. He's become the first player in NFL history to achieve 3 seasons with over 1,500 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns. This is something even the greatest running backs of all time never managed to do. Reaching these numbers once is impressive, but doing it 3 times? That puts Henry on a completely different level. This consistency shows how uniquely he dominates opposing defenses. Every season, Henry finds new ways to improve and stay a constant threat on the field. It's not just his strength. His vision to find openings and his explosiveness in cuts allow him to evade even the most prepared defenses. It's like he's always 2 steps ahead of anyone trying to stop. But the impact of his achievements goes beyond stats. Having someone like Henry on the roster boosts the confidence of the entire team. Knowing he can carry the offense, especially in critical moments, changes the game. He's not just effective, he's clutch, capable of turning an average season into a championship run. His ability to dominate for so many seasons is a mark of true greatness that only the best can achieve. And as if all of this weren't enough, Henry left his mark on Ravens history in 2023. With franchise records under his belt, he's proven to be the heart of the offense, as I'll explain next. Well, we've covered a lot so far, but before we keep going, I noticed you haven't liked this video yet. Hitting the like button helps YouTube keep showing you my content, so I can keep bringing you updates like this. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free, and it makes a huge difference. Thanks. Let's keep going. In 2023, Derrick Henry didn't just break NFL records. He also made history within the Ravens franchise. With his incredible season, he set a new single-year record for rushing touchdowns. This achievement highlights how essential he is to the team's offense. Every time Henry steps onto the field, he brings the confidence that he can turn any play into points on the scoreboard. This record goes beyond numbers. It represents the connection between Henry and the team. The Ravens trusted him to lead their offense, and he delivered brilliant. Whether it's a short run to convert a third down or a 50-yard explosive play, Henry is the key player opponents can't stop. His performance has placed his name alongside the greatest legends in franchise history. Moreover, he is building a legacy that won't be forgotten anytime soon. His impact extends beyond 2023. These records will be remembered as part of an era dominated by Derrick Henry. He symbolizes excellence and consistency, something every team dreams of having. Looking ahead, it's clear that Henry is on a path to securing a special place in sports history. With so many incredible accomplishments, it's impossible not to think about what this means for his NFL legacy. And the natural next step for Derrick Henry is immortality in the Hall of Fame, as I'll explain now. Derrick Henry has already secured his place among the greatest names in NFL history. With countless records and jaw-dropping performances, he is a lock for the Hall of Fame once he retires. What's most impressive, though, is that he doesn't just achieve incredible milestones. He breaks barriers, redefining what it means to be a dominant running back at any age or in any context. His achievements aren't just numbers. They tell the story of a player who has transformed the game. Henry isn't just efficient. He's a game changer, someone who shifts the outcome of matches with his explosive runs and unstoppable strength. Best of all, he does it consistently, season after season. When he eventually hangs up his cleats, his impact on the sport will be remembered for generations. The Hall of Fame is reserved for the best, and Henry fits perfectly into that category. He's a player who inspires his teammates and strikes fear into his opponents. Every time he steps onto the field, you know something special could happen. And as he continues his career, the records will only keep piling up, solidifying his position as one of the all-time greats. With all of this, the anticipation builds for what Henry might achieve next. He's already written his name in history, but it feels like there are still more chapters to add to this incredible journey. Derrick Henry continues to prove that he's a one-of-a-kind player, breaking records and cementing his place in NFL history with stunning performances. Whether it's achieving milestones no one else has or being the driving force for the Ravens, he's building a legacy few can match. Now, the question is, in your opinion, is Henry already the greatest running back of all time, or does he still have more to prove to earn that title? Leave your comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about the Ravens. See you next time.